able to withdraw your tokens from the system if you want to put them onto an Ethereum wallet. This is still subject to discussions whether we are going to start on an Ethereum, or it is a possibility to actually list our token on a Binance chain. I think those of you who are in the crypto space have realized these past few days that Ethereum, despite this whole craziness with CryptoKitties back 4 years ago, still haven't managed to scale the network to a decent enough standard to handle the traffic, and the gas fees on the Ethereum network have been a little bit crazy. So honestly, I would much prefer for the token to be listed on a Binance, on a DEX that supports Binance Smart Chain like Pancake, for example. So again, I've sent out a lot of messages yesterday, the day before. I'm probably going to send another message today. This is very much a community session. That's what these town hall sessions are about. Just like when you have a mayor who on a regular basis is meeting with the town, basically, with anybody. Where there's an open meeting that mayors of cities, of towns do on a regular basis where anybody's welcome. And that's what we do here on these regular, every Saturday. That's what we do on these sessions. This is for you. You get to engage with the executive team, with the corporate team. You get to ask questions, and we also get to update you on what's going on. Now, what we have not been doing, or had not been doing, let's put that in the past, very well before, is there was a lot of focus on verbal updates, but we've not been giving enough attention to simply non-native English speakers. That's why I want to make sure that we are providing a lot more written updates that can be then translated onto local languages and then shared among the team, because we have a lot of members. Again, anyway, I'm not going to be kind of pointing at any particular country because we've got members in over 200 jurisdictions around the world. So we want to make sure that everybody feels that they've been acknowledged, that they have access to information, that they know exactly what's going on. I'm going to try to once again switch the camera so that you can, I don't know what the Zoom is doing today. It's really, really crazy. Just bear with me like this. So today, again, it's a recap on what's going on with the tokens. Because again, the reason why I said this just now about written updates is because, and those of you who attend the regular corporate sessions, you know that we talked about the swap and the switch from SRX to Super, I don't know how many times now, 5, 6, 10. But then all of us have received a lot of messages. I checked my back office, I've got half the number of tokens. What is going on? And some of those messages were, yeah, there were a little bit, yeah, there were some extra colors added to those messages as well. So this is why I decided, okay, clearly we need to go further than just doing those weekly calls to be sure that everybody's fully on board and they know what's going on. So again, I shared it a couple of days ago. There's going to be a lot more that you're going to see over the coming weeks to do with that switch. So we already switched the portfolio. We already switched the packages that you're buying from the store. All of that is on Super. So the next Super token. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take care of April's promotions. So if you're qualified, if you won 1,000 tokens, you're going to get 500 because you won SRX and you're going to get Super. So it's 2-to-1 ratio. Any promotion is going to be like that. Of course, May's promotions, we're already on Super. So whatever we're giving away, whatever we're giving out on Super token, you're getting those amounts. They will not be halved. So that's to do with that. Now, those of you who are still struggling with the swap process, you purchased your package before August last year, and you see your tokens on the Ethereum wallet, but there is nothing in the back office. There's going to be quite a few of you like that. Again, we said it many times, but it's normal. So again, it's going to be the swap page is going to go offline on Monday. We're going to change the program, the code, and then there's going to be again 2-to-1 swap. If you have 4,000 tokens on your Ethereum, you're going to get 2,000 tokens. You're going to see 2,000 tokens in your system. 12,000, you're going to see 6,000. The same thing. If you do not, if the swap page is not working for you for some reason, and we know it can be a little bit of a hit and miss, but it's outside of our control. It's not us. Our page is interacting with a third-party application, with a Trust Wallet or whatever other, or MetaMask potentially. We cannot control this. There's sometimes some just misconnects. There's just applications just don't like each other for whatever reason. It could be an operating system, we don't know. But our team they said there's nothing they can do. We also have a form that you can complete that is live. You just complete that form, you put your Ethereum address so that we can verify on the Etherscan that yes, you do have those tokens are there, this is the number. You're gonna give us your referral link and we're gonna manually migrate. So we've got those things out there. All of those things are available. Now, we also have, and I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Okay. Just 1 second, I'm gonna quickly fix it up and then we should be fully up and running. Yes, we also remember that we have also created, and this is a non-corporate, we've been a little bit naughty, but this hasn't been kind of officially authorized, but we're running it. We also have a website called SuperOne Legends. So on that website, and Steve or Samantha, if you guys can share, because I've only just installed Zoom and it's not letting me screen share just yet. If you can just share that at superonelegends.com, please. And you're going to see that we've got the swap instructions on that website. We've got the packages. So if you want to see, the screen share should work for you, hopefully. Perfect. Yeah, if you can go on the packages. Oh, yes, perfect. Swap, yes. It's all on there. It's step by step exactly what you need to do. I didn't want to put the link to the form on this page just yet because I don't want people to be going straight for that form instead of just following instructions. Following instructions, if they're going to work for you, you're going to see the tokens in your SuperOne back office straight away within a couple of minutes. There's no delay. If for whatever reason, if you're going to go for the form and just put your details in, it's going to take us a few weeks to process. Okay, perfect. If you could just now switch to the packages, please, Steve. So the entire focus right now is on the NFT store. I don't honestly. Okay, that's what I care about the most right now. Like bugs, individual cases that some of you have, that we also have from time to time. We are kind of pushing that back a little bit because, again, we know, and all of you, we've received too many messages from all of you, and we're actually putting the same pressure on Andreas ourselves. We have to have something that can use or consume the things that we already have that we received when we bought packages. It's very, very important for everybody. And again, some people who have been part of the network of the community for a number of months now, they're getting a little bit impatient, and it's important for them as well. We want to be sure that we've got this very first product that accepts credits that is introduced as soon as possible. That's why this is the main priority. What I've already done this morning is I've switched, this hasn't updated on your end just yet. It's, again, Steve is in the US. It takes a couple of hours sometimes for the service to propagate the information. But this page, what I've done is I've already posted the number for the credits and tokens that we're going to have on the 1st of June so that you've got that comparison. If you have a customer wondering, yeah, it's going to just check again, guys, in an hour or so, and then it's going to be fine. But you already have the 1st of June numbers. If somebody's wondering, okay, why should I purchase a package within this 2-week period? Then you will be able to show them, listen, if you buy a package right now, this is the number of credits and tokens that you're going to get. On the 1st of June, that's going to be the offer. You're going to see that the Pro packs, the $5,000 and bigger, there is going to be a double drop. And I've explained why yesterday. We've got a very precise algorithm that tracks the prices of credits And based on that, we are adjusting those numbers every 2 weeks. It's a slightly, this goes kind of way into the future, but we want this ecosystem to work just like all the other network marketing companies operate, in terms of what you buy as a retail customer and what you buy as an independent affiliate, independent distributor, where you get wholesale prices. You buy products that are highly discounted. That's effectively what we are doing with our packages. Of course, the packages will not stop after the game is out. We will continue selling packages because it will make sense. Credits that you buy with the packages will be cheaper than just buying $2 or $5 worth of credits. And also you get all the business benefits that come with it, like access to different bonuses that you can activate, certain ranks that you can also achieve because you have that particular package size. There's a lot of resources. Thank you, Steve. And also promotions are there. We kept them separately. So there's going to be always on that page, you're going to see the packages, what are the current numbers, what are the future numbers, and then you're going to see promotions for that particular month. Treat it as your resource. And then you've got the Telegram where you see messages that we're sharing all the time. Okay, so that's on a swap. So SRX to Super, I'm hoping that this is clear for everybody. So this month, what we are focusing on is, first of all, is the NFT store. By far, the most important. And then together with that, so that's like 80-90% of our development resources. They're working on the store. And then some of our team, they will be working on distributing those tokens from promotions. Then we've got a few features that we want to introduce that I want to push out finally. We've got the leaderboard that is finally being verified. It's been kind of on pause for quite some time. And then, of course, the swap that we want to finish. And then we're going to release April's staking also this month. So that's something that the team has to do. We're going to do a quick Q&A in a couple of minutes as well. But again, this is an organizational, if you are reconnecting right now, because many of you whom we have not seen for quite some time, we're seeing you now re-engaging, reconnecting. Be sure that first of all, your tokens are sorted out and your team's tokens are sorted out. And again, try to go through this swap process. If you cannot, put your information onto a form. The faster your tokens are back in the back office, the quicker you will benefit from the staking rewards. Right now, it's a manual work. We release staking rewards on a monthly basis. The moment the store is in, the team will be working on automating, on making sure that you get your staking token rewards daily, just like it is in most places, depending on what kind of token you're supporting, or whatever tokens you happen to have. So that's from me. I can see that we've got a few questions that are coming in. Guys, throw them at me, because next week is going to be 95% Andreas. Andreas is going to talk a lot about the NFTs. I asked him for a teaser. He shared a few pictures, but he said, don't share it because it's too early. So I know that he's going to do a lot of that next week. Really, really, guys, exciting times. We've been waiting for this for so long, and it's finally happening. But again, we're going to be doing those sessions from time to time where new announcements, whatever, and then we're going to be then bringing everybody together just to be sure we don't want to be leaving anybody behind. And this train is really starting to move. It's really gaining momentum. Okay, Steve, I'm going to pass the mic over to you for the time being.
You bet, my friend, no problem. Well, great questions coming in. Maura has one, of course. So anyone who is sorting tokens now will not get backdated staking, or only from point of swap? What would be your response there?
From the point of swap.
Point of swap.
Yes, we cannot. So guys, that's what I'm going to say is going to be mostly for those who have been with us for a while. We're trying very hard to almost stop ourselves with coming up with these kind of spontaneous ideas and even promotions sometimes, because we've realized that there's too much of a cleanup later on, that it's delaying other important things. So we don't want to always, okay, if you do that, then we're going to backdate you, and then it's creating just too much work for everybody. So it may be a little bit brutal, but if you're going to migrate your tokens on the 20th, the staking will kick in from the 20th. That's going to be a starting point.
Yeah, super. Also, Arthur, some areas around the world, our Japan team, we want to recognize them. Of course, a leader for business at SuperOne, followed up by Germany, followed up by the Philippines, India, of course, then USA, and of course, Canada. Great job. Those are our hot spots that we consider over 216 countries, 219 countries, guys, that you can do business in right now. Arthur, I think a lot of times people, we think about our project, we've literally paid out millions of dollars. People don't realize that. Most people that are in a project today or in a business today, and they're waiting, right? They're waiting for the company to get it together, or they're waiting for this. They put in a package 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it is, any company out there, and they're not making any money in them, and they're just sitting waiting. Here at SuperOne, not only can you build, earn income, build a foundation, and build your community. It's just like when you're on a Facebook account. You say, I want to add more friends. I want to have more people. There is no money in that. It's great to connect with everybody. But in that, if you're running a real business. Also, too, Arthur, I want to make sure people understand that they're launching a business. Please, we know there's different language barriers. We even know some countries have a different way of presenting the model, which is wonderful. But please try to stay away from the word investment as best as possible. Please do that. Because I know there's different cultures that's they believe. They don't maybe think about starting a business, or that may not be a terminology for them. They think of just paying for something and getting something back. Understandable. But please do your best you can to let people know that they're launching a business. They own it. It's also willable. A question we get from the field sometimes are that people don't think that their business is willable. You give some of your privacy keys from your trust wallet. You can hand it off to any family member you choose. And of course, if that a year from now or 2 years from now, that business is generating X amount of dollars every single month, you can give it off to the family of what you're building now. So
right now, this network there's no KYC right now. We will be introducing it later for certain things. So if you allow somebody, or if you change login information, then you've effectively passed on the ownership onto your account. So of course, very easy. We've already introduced that feature. We are making adjustments to the settings as well. Guys, also, because Steve just called out a few countries, I don't want anybody to feel that we are missing out on them. That's one of the reasons why I want to push out the leaderboard, so that you actually see that these countries actually happen to be the top performing countries right now. So that you've got this list in front of you. You're going to see the performance, you're going to see the flags, all that really cool stuff that we want to add as soon as possible. Yes, everything's going to be there. There's so much that I just cannot wait for these things to be out. Because what you've seen, as I said to somebody, that is just 20%. And on the token side, I'm seeing, because I'm really spending a considerable amount of time every single day, not just on SuperOne, but also on the whole crypto space, especially gaming, blockchain-based games every single day. And when somebody's asking me a question, what's the price of a token? It's zero. Until we're exposed to the market, to a public exchange, unless we're listed, we have no idea. I'm seeing companies that actually that have released blockchain-based games, where games are functioning, like My DeFi Pet launched 2 days ago. The price is going down. Like, who could have guessed? But that's the thing. It's the public. We have no control over the value. But of course, yeah, again, it's gonna be the public, but with good communication, with good marketing, with good announcements, and timely deliveries, it's very likely that we're gonna have that upward trajectory of the price of a token, but we have no idea. That's why, and I've been telling this on I don't know how many calls. Treat the tokens as a bonus. Of course, it's not just the price, it's not just you being able to buy the tokens, sell them in the future, but they will be needed if you want to benefit from the staking, from the cards, from the game, or from actually supporting and securing the network. All of these things, all these functionalities will be built into the token program just so that you can benefit from them.
Yeah, fantastic. Also, too, Arthur, people, a lot of times we want to encourage you guys, recognize your folks from ranking up. Please do that. Everywhere around the world. This is a good gauge for you to realize that you're truly building a business. Because if you're helping people rank up to star, all-star, superstar, and of course the rising star in between, then all-star at the end, you got to remember that. Do that amongst your team. Post it, share it. Have those successes and all over the world, guys. We don't want to miss anybody, even as Arthur shared about those primary hotspots. But we've got a huge group of people from all over the world that you may think, well, I'm only spending 2 hours a day or 2 hours a week in my SuperOne, and I only have a little bit of time to introduce 2 or 3 or 4 people. Wonderful. We love that. But make sure you recognize your folks for ranking up, and they got a check. They got an XRP payment. They see it in their wallet. They're saying, okay, now what do I do? Well, I can either hang on to it, I can grow my business, I can roll back. A lot of you don't realize you can roll your earnings back into enrolling a new person. If you want to help somebody in your business and you've got XRP in your wallet, somebody wants to come in for 100 or 500, and you've got that type of resources, help those new people advance in your business. They can send that money to you somehow, or if it's somebody you know only, of course, but you realize that you're running a real business. Our products, and guys, we're a service delivery platform. SuperOne's more than just a game. We have access to our game that we created with fantasy, but we're so much more. We are literally a portal to a real-time business. And once you get that vision of that, Arthur, I think people really go, you know what? There's so much here. Yes, there's the game element. There's the network side. There's the community side. There's the tokenomics in the future down the road. Do you have enough time to wait? You know, a traditional person that looks at investing in the stock market, you know when they think about it? 20 years down the road. 20 years, folks. They don't touch their dividends. They just go in their account every day and say, oh, I invested in Apple, or I did whatever. They don't do anything for 20 years or longer. And so when you have that instant culture today that we all understand, we love seeing those rewards coming in. We love seeing those payments coming in because you're working the business. Don't get sidetracked. There's a lot of things out there. We know that. We know you may be dabbling here and dabbling there and kind of think, oh, I'll wait for this. That. Don't wait, because you could go into this game with thousands of promoters. Remember that. That's the thing you got to look at. You can have thousands of promoters in your business that are sharing their referral link, adding fans to the game element, which is going to explode your potential income. So a lot of good stuff, Arthur. Thanks for all the updates and all the details. Anything you want to finalize before Adam takes back over? And I know Samantha, she's on listen only with us today. All the Super Saturday that we have today, folks. Remember, excitingwebinars.com/calendar. You can find that. Or also for the affiliates, you have access to the SuperOneLegends.com, which also has the event calendar in there. We don't give that out to brand new people, guys, just so you know. I don't allow brand new people to see SuperOne Legends until they've onboarded. They've either got a package, then they can have access to that. If not, they get the excitingwebinars.com only /calendar, and then they have all the access to it. And if you're doing a lot of private meetings, folks, you're doing the one-on-ones, 3-way phone calls, introduction, do that. You got to remember, SuperOne is not just based upon 1 Zoom or 2 Zooms or 5 Zooms a day. That's our element that Adam, myself, and Arthur and Sam, that we stay in the community every day, because that's the supportive way that we believe where we're going with SuperOne. But due to the day-to-day operations, guys, by getting trained how to build this industry, a lot of people don't know how to do that. How do I talk to somebody? What do I say? What do I say to somebody, Adam, when I say, what is SuperOne? Well, it's a digital platform. It's an online business. It's a way you can get into the crypto space and the game space all together in one and own your own business. You have to have a short elevator introduction to SuperOne that will attract people. Intelligent people go, you know what? I want to be a part of this. There's something here. I don't know what it is just yet, but there's something kind of cool. I like the name. I like the colors. I like how it's all set up with the instant pay. It's really cool. Great leadership, great conversation. And when you see that, intelligent people go, I want to be a part of that. I think this is going to be bigger than you and me. And guys, watch. Just bet us. I'm just telling you that right now. I know my mentor said that to me years ago. Everybody's saying, well, look at this company. He didn't care about any other company at all. Any other company. He was building his company, his future. And that's why it became Inc. magazine's fastest growing company. So when you take that element of what SuperOne, I think will surpass that 100 times fold because of the social element and the crypto whole system, guys. That's just the supportive side that Arthur was talking about. And over to you, Adam, as we kind of wrap things up, gearing excitement for our rest of the day.
Always exciting to hear your input on what you say, Steve. Fantastic. You're a top leader. Samantha, all the people on the call, you are true leaders. You took your time out on a Saturday to be with us, to learn, and to get the latest updates. So fantastic information shared by Arthur as well. We are here. Does not matter whose organization you're in. It does not matter who has been your sponsor into SuperOne. You made a great decision. We're here to help you. Whatever we can do, please reach out to us. You know, I'm happy to do some three-way WhatsApp conference calls if you need me to in any way. I'm happy to jump on anybody's Zoom. I'm sure all of my colleagues on Zoom today as well are. We've got John Clench, Ingo, fantastic, management team. These people, obviously, John Clench is the architect of our amazing compensation plan. Ingo is our master distributor who's built huge teams in the past. Every one of us, if you require, we're more than happy to do three-way conference calls, to jump on Zoom calls. We do our daily Zoom calls. We do obviously regular training during the week. And please, get your people onto them because it is a great way. The more time they're going to watch a Zoom, the more guests they bring onto a Zoom. It's always been a numbers game. It'll always be a numbers game because the more people you invite, the more people that see the presentation, the more your business will grow. It is simple and straightforward as that. And we, like Steve said, we are so much more than just a platform that's launching a game. We are so much more. There are so many elements to this amazing business, which I believe ticks a lot of boxes. It's a platform you can trust. When Arthur and I joined this last March, we did a lot of due diligence before joining. SuperOne is here. We've been here since we've joined. It was here prior to us joining. It will be here for a long time because it's a legacy company. We're focusing on compliance. We're focusing on, the stuff that Arthur, development team, Andreas, Esther, everybody's done on our app. It is a world-class app. And Arthur tells me we're only 20%, ready. That is just amazing that so much, when Andreas talks about how much, work has been done on the app in terms of how many lines of codes, have been worked on. That's just mind-blowing. This shows you the commitment of the company to don't just, do the most basics of things. We've gone the extra mile. So you have an amazing business, you have an amazing platform, you've got a committed team. If you want to hold local events, and you can do so safely in your country, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you in anywhere. If you need us to jump on a Zoom call with some top leaders, ladies and gentlemen, there are leaders out there in a lot of product-based businesses that are struggling. Please reach out to them because what we have is something special. What we have is something dynamic. So, let's have a huge month. Let's have a great week today. Let's take advantage, obviously, of promotions. And, we're really, really blessed and excited and happy to have all of you as part of the SuperOne community. So just any final words, Arthur, before you close the call?
I think you said it, both of you have said it very well. This is a business, again, in a traditional setting. When you open up your own business, the majority of business owners do not expect to see their money for the first 3 to 5 years. The majority will never see them because 80%, 90% of the businesses collapse within the first 12 months. In here, you are just spending money one time between $100 and $500 typically. That is it. And then you can scale it. Again, the 500 package gives you access to vast majority of the income bonuses and all the ranks. You can reach the very top, the legend rank, with just a 500 package. One time spent, one time purchase, that's it. And unlimited upside potential with zero overheads. This is a profession where an average person with above average desire can make an extraordinary income. There's nothing else out this. There's nothing else like this out there. That's the opportunity that you have here. And again, digital businesses, what they offer, especially those businesses, gaming industry, social media, that's where everybody's at right now. Everybody's in their phones for hours upon hours every single day. And that's the type of a business that we have, that you have access to, a service type of a business, like Steve said. That's it from us, everybody. I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this session. Again, we're going to see each other next week. There's going to be an exciting update from Andreas on where we are with regards to the NFT store. Enjoy the rest of